Good morning, YouTubers. I'm gonna do a little walk around in the rain. I've got an umbrella over my head and a hat on my head. Had to cut the grass between rainstorms. Is it yesterday? Yeah. So I've got the stripe going through the grass. And believe me, I tried. I went over it many times, but it just moved the stripe. But I'll tell you, when it hasn't been raining here, it's been dark, which is pretty much makes it tough, but things are doing good. We got some beautiful sunflowers. Now, weeds have taken over some things that are no longer really viable anyway, but Lord, these sunflowers have to be 8 feet tall. I'm about 6'2", and they're a good 2 feet taller than me. And I want you to look at the bees up there all over them. Even out here in the rain, they're enjoying them. So there you go. That'll be loaded down with sunflower seeds. They are pretty huge, and look at all the buds all over them. They're just everywhere. Trying to keep water off the limbs because it's definitely raining. Lots of weeds, but some pretty flowers mixed in there. The weeds drive me insane. I learned a lot this year. I'm gonna do some things different, scale back and just make it more maintained, just easier to maintain. Got to deal with deer and other creatures. The little gourds are really climbing here all over the trellis and reaching for the sky. Look at that. Wow. They're wanting to go even further. I'll turn and twist them around. Lots of blooms on these. Jeannie knows what kind these are, and Johnny. Got the white blooms and the yellow blooms. I'm not sure which are which. Jeannie said something in one of my comments. Jeannie and Johnny, my sisters, that planted some of these. Tons more sunflowers. Here we go. This is going to be a whole field of sunflowers right here that I broadcast out. And here's some bigger ones that are still happening. Big buds coming up on those right now. Sunflowers everywhere. I'll actually use a lot of those for the chickens. They love eating the black oil sunflower seeds. Some of these are not black oil, but this field is full of them. That's about 1/8 of an acre, just full of them. So let's see what else we can get into. It is definitely muddy. I have store-bought grocery store pinto beans, just as an experiment, growing some of these, and if the deer will leave them alone, then we'll be all right. Here's a better look at the white blooms. Jeannie said were some type gourds. There's a sunflower that's a different kind. There's the yellow ones. And I see another little gourd growing. They look very much like squash, but it's not. All right, let's see what else we got. This is some beans growing on this trellis. There's a few we'll come out and pick. The deer decimate them down low. That's small squash areas right here, and they really took a beating. We had 60-mile-an-hour winds a couple of times. Almost looked like a tornado touched down in the middle of the corn, knocked a bunch of it down. This is weird. Peppers have been doing great, and then all of a sudden this one has no leaves on it. But they have really been producing the jalapenos. That's what they are. Those really did well for us. We'll plant those back from seed. The Carolina Reapers are doing absolutely wonderful. Tomatoes played out, still getting a few. I have put down a lot of cardboard and paper here around the flowers in the middle, just suppressing some of this grass for later. I'm gonna mulch this in and kill some of this grass and get ahead of it, or actually try to catch up with it. Pretty flowers. I've seen all types of butterflies. I have been really motivated to finish a new chicken coop that is much more secure. I haven't discussed this with anyone, but Monday of this week I was walking behind the new chicken coop before they were in it, before the chickens were in it, and I was about 12 steps from the biggest bobcat I've ever seen in my life. Probably, I don't know, 30, that's a big cat, 30-pound cat. I'm sensible about it. I used to hear people talk about 200-pound deer, and then it turns out it's about 120 pounds, you know. But there are 200-pound deer out there, and there are 30-plus pound bobcats out there. One of them was behind the chicken coop, so I started really getting in high gear. This is where some super high winds came through, knocked a lot of this down. I've got to come in here and pick a lot of this, because once it's laying down, the critters get it quick, and I see a lot of corn that needs to be picked, so I'll be picking that in the rain today. Beautiful silver queen. It has been delicious. Big full ears, just perfect. Got to get it when you got to get it. I have watermelons everywhere to my right. It's really hard to tell. I'm going to come out with flagging and slip through these carefully and kind of mark where the watermelons are. These are expected to get about 12 inches in diameter, 20-plus pound watermelons. They are crimson sweet watermelons. Again, boy, I tell you, the wind really got this the last couple of days. Almost looks like a little tornado just blasted through. I'm sure it was just straight line winds. Heard that all my life. All right, there's our burn barrel and our trash barrel. Let's walk up here. This is underneath the walnut tree. There's a kayak. There's a mailbox for the birds. Now this was the chickens area, and I have cleared it out. I'm going to be moving the water over, the automatic water feeder over to the other side. This will be a second chicken area, but I want to enclose the top. So right now I've moved them into the new one, which is much more secure. I still need to put some trim on it, but it has the heavy gauge galvanized hardware cloth. Dick Tracy, thank you for that. Just gave them some fresh vegetables this morning. They really like everything. They're a little cramped up until I get the other area finished. It's hard to get out here with tools and stuff when it's raining though, but they're dry inside. It's all working out good, and this stood up to, thank you, Dick Tracy. Thank you. This stood up to the storms, and I'm going to tell you, there have been some serious winds, but everybody's doing good. Thank you, Dick Tracy. But that's pretty much a wrap. Let's see. Cows all doing good out there. Let's check on Roscoe. There's my archery targets. Hey, Roscoe. Hey, buddy. You're a big boy. B1. You're a big boy. You got one job, don't you? One job. All right, everyone have a great day. Please like and subscribe. Be safe. See you soon.